I'm Charles Campbell, and I'm the artist currently showing at XChanges Gallery. The show is called Real Beauty. It opens on September 9th. Well, I started working on the show last February. The images from the show come from various sources. There's some of my own personal iconography in there, like the use of the moths, the ocean, the birds, which I use as kind of symbols of transformation or migration or change. Sort of the general theme, I guess, that runs throughout it. So I've been working with this image of the slave ships, which is taken from a diagram that I found in a little book of abolitionist testimony. And I've been working with that image for years, since I lived in Jamaica. And I guess that image was starting to become a bit of a burden for me. It was almost just too heavy, this sort of thought about slavery and history and so on. I was looking for a way to kind of transform it and to take it away from what it was in a way, but still use it. And so I started manipulating it and changing it. I rotated it and reflected it and played with it in Photoshop and did various things with it until I came up with this sort of mandala image, which if you look sort of each line in there, you can still recognize the bodies, which are sort of how they were laid out or how they would sort of be packaged in a slave ship. The moths for me are, again, it's a sort of silly thing. I used to be very afraid of moths when I was a kid, and I started painting these images of moths, I guess about a month after my father died last year, and not really knowing why I was doing this thing or why I was drawn to this, but eventually I kind of started to clue in that maybe it was a little bit about childhood fear, and also the sort of moths, butterflies as this image of transformation. I guess it's a question for me whether I'm Canadian or Jamaican, but there's certainly sort of a consistent migration throughout my life. I was born in Jamaica. I moved to Canada when I was 5. I moved back to Jamaica when I was 19, and the sort of back and forth. And so for me, they're more symbols of migration than they are than the specific identity of the geese. It's more important to me. As I say, I want people to be able to both look at the paintings independently, kind of to see them as their own kind of objects, and again, objects to a certain extent for meditation, but also to pull the different aspects of the show together as one body, because I think they have a very strong connection between all the paintings in the show. Ultimately, I want the paintings to be meditative. I want people to just be able to look at them and not get caught up even in what they're about, but just be able to see a sort of beauty in them.